Welcome to Digital Literacy Simplified. Today's video, we're going to look at cybersecurity basics and how to protect your digital world. If you're concerned about cybersecurity, this video is for you. We'll look at common cyber threats, review some simple ways to protect yourself, and also look at how to remove malware. And there's no tech background needed. Cybersecurity is the practice of defending systems, applications, private and company data, networks, and devices from malicious attacks, unauthorized access, and damage. So let's start with the basics, the threats, what they do, how to protect yourself, and how to remove malware from your device. The most expensive cybersecurity breaches didn't start with elite hackers breaking encryption. They started with someone clicking a link. Social engineering is often the most effective and practical attack method a hacker uses because it targets the human element, which is usually the weakest link. Attackers use social engineering to manipulate people rather than technology to gain access to systems. So for example, someone may call, email, or text a message pretending to be IT support asking an employee for login info. It's usually an urgent request to instill fear to the user. So for example, someone may call or email and asking you to provide the login info for your account, and if you don't, it will be locked out or deleted. Technical defenses can be strong with firewalls, multi-factor authentication, and endpoint security, but attackers know it's often easier to trick a person than break encryption. Social engineering isn't the top technical hacking skill, but it's the most powerful human manipulation skill used by cyber attackers. Not all cyber attacks are initiated using social engineering, but a large percentage of attacks rely on it to get the victim to execute something or provide info to the attacker. So phishing is a method by the attacker to manipulate the user, pretending to be your bank, a friend, or a trusted company. The attacker uses social engineering to manipulate the user with a sense of urgency, fear, curiosity, or trust. The attacker can use multiple channels to target the user: phone, email, text, and very often through social media. These attacks are dangerous. With the right information, the attacker may gain full access to systems and sensitive data. So phishing is labeled by the source of the attack as follows. So phishing is fraudulent email pretending to be from a trusted source like your bank, your boss, or a company to trick you into giving sensitive information. Smishing is phishing conducted through SMS text messages, and vishing is phishing conducted through voice messages or phone calls. So note all three use social engineering tactics that attempt to steal information such as passwords, account numbers, or personal data. So how to spot phishing attacks? Listen, watch for poor grammar, unusual requests, not using your name or using your name incorrectly, threatening language, strange email addresses, and links to mismatched sender information. Things like poor grammar and spelling mistakes have been things to watch for in the past, but with the evolution of AI, attackers are using artificial intelligence to perfect the language and grammar in their phishing attacks, making it more difficult to detect a fake from a valid message. Malware, also known as viruses, spyware, and ransomware, is harmful software that can steal data, damage your systems, spy on your activity, or even lock your computer and demand money. So let's look at some common types of malware. So viruses, they attach to files and spread when opened. Ransomware encrypts files so you can't open them. A worm spreads automatically across networks. Trojans disguised as legitimate software. Spyware secretly monitors user activity. And adware displays unwanted ads on websites and can slow systems down. A virus can invade your computer when you download unknown files or click unsafe links. These install malicious software and cause your computer to slow down. Keep your antivirus software up to date and scan your computer every day. Ransomware locks or encrypts data and demands payment to restore access. It can happen to any business. An employee opens a fake email attachment and suddenly files become inaccessible. Ransomware attacks computers, networks, and cloud storage. It can shut down an entire business and data may never be recovered even if the ransom is paid. A Trojan is a deceptive type of malware that masquerades as legitimate or helpful software to trick users into downloading and executing it. Once activated, it can perform malicious tasks like stealing data, deleting files, or creating backdoors for hackers to access the system remotely. A worm is a standalone program that replicates itself to spread independently across computer networks by exploiting security vulnerabilities. Unlike a virus, it does not need to attach to a host file or require human interaction to propagate and often consumes massive amounts of bandwidth. Adware is malware that displays unwanted advertisements, pop-ups, or banners on websites to generate revenue. While sometimes just a nuisance, malicious versions can track your browsing activity, redirect your browser to unsafe sites, or bundle with more dangerous threats like spyware. Man-in-the-middle attacks happen when an attacker secretly intercepts communication between two parties. These attacks happen when using public Wi-Fi. An attacker uses technology to read login data with the intention of stealing sensitive information or intercepting communications. And denial of service are attacks that overload systems so they stop working. These attacks can come from one or many sources at the same time, taking websites and services offline, causing financial loss. Insider threats are security breaches caused by employees or trusted users. So these threats typically fall into two types. Malicious, it's an intentional harm by an insider, or negligence, accidental harm by an insider, for example, maybe clicking a phishing link. And unpatched software vulnerabilities are security weaknesses due to outdated or buggy software in the operating system or in apps installed on computers or servers. Attackers assume some systems may not have the latest patches or updates or are aware of current operating system or app vulnerabilities that are easy to exploit. And password attacks are an attempt by a hacker directly or using software to guess passwords. A weak password can compromise an entire company. Common attacks include brute force, which is trying many password combinations, credential stuffing using leaked passwords from other sites, and key logging, recording keystrokes using malware. Using weak passwords creates one of the biggest and most common security risks online. Always use strong, unique passwords and don't share them with anyone, and always use two-factor authentication. Online scams can present themselves in many forms: lottery win scams, fake tech support, or shopping deals that sound too good to be true. And if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and that's a red flag, so don't engage. Wi-Fi vulnerabilities. So connecting to an unknown or unsecured Wi-Fi network like an airport, hotel, or coffee shop Wi-Fi not requiring a password can expose you to serious risks including man-in-the-middle attacks, fake hotspots, and fake login pages. Mobile attacks are specifically targeted at smartphones and tablets. These attacks are in the form of malicious apps, fake system updates, and SMS phishing. If breached, an attacker may gain access to work email and passwords or other company data stored on the phone. The threat summary. Cybersecurity threats often target people, passwords, and outdated systems. Businesses can help protect themselves by combining technology, security policies, and employee training. Cybersecurity isn't just about stronger passwords, it's also about stronger awareness. As mentioned earlier, cyber attacks often happen when people are overly curious, neglectful, or haven't received training in how to stay safe. Remember, social engineering plays a big part in an attacker's playbook. Ensuring employees have the training to identify these methods is critical to any business. Soft skills are an important tool for all employees in today's technology-driven workplace. Antivirus software is incredibly important. Install and regularly use your antivirus software to scan, remove malware. Windows Security Defender is installed on all computers running Windows 11. It's a great application to keep your computer running virus-free. There are also many free and paid antivirus software apps available for download. Firewall is your first line of defense. It blocks unwanted connections. If you're using Windows Security, a firewall is usually on by default. There are also many free versions available. Keep Windows updated. These updates include important security fixes that protect your system. Safe browsing. Only visit trusted websites. Avoid clicking suspicious links. Look for HTTPS in the address bar. It indicates a secure connection. As mentioned, strong passwords are important. Use a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Don't share or reuse passwords, and use two-factor authentication whenever possible. So some key takeaways. Update Windows regularly. Install antivirus apps and firewall. If an email or text looks suspicious, delete it. Don't click on links in unknown email or text. Create strong passwords and use two-factor authentication. Avoid suspicious email, websites, and apps. Removing malware requires a systematic approach to isolate the threat and prevent it from spreading or communicating with a hacker's server. So tips for removing malware. Isolate the device. Immediately disconnect from the internet, turn off or unplug from Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Enter safe mode. Restart your computer in safe mode. This loads only essential files, often preventing malware from automatically launching and interfering with the removal process. In Windows, open Settings, search for Startup, and select Advanced Startup, and you'll see Restart on that list. In a Mac, restart and hold the Shift key for Intel or Power button for Silicone. Run your antivirus. Perform a full scan on your computer. If you're running Windows 10 or 11, use Windows Security offline to scan for any threats. If you need virus protection, download on a clean computer, install on the infected device, and run a scan. Delete any temporary files. So use built-in tools like Disk Cleanup in Windows or clear the cache folder in Mac to remove hidden malicious files. Clean your browser. If you have adware, check your browser settings for unfamiliar extensions or plugins and remove them. You can also reset your browser to original defaults. Change your passwords. Change all your important passwords like banking and email from a different clean device and enable two-factor authentication on all accounts whenever possible. Update everything. Ensure Windows is up to date and all your software and apps are patched and have no security vulnerabilities. So in summary, cybersecurity is 90% people and process and 10% technology. While security technologies and defenses have advanced, cyber attacks continue to succeed, often due to systems being misconfigured or outdated and users not receiving adequate security training. Cybersecurity is not just the responsibility of the IT professionals, it's everyone's responsibility. Security tools like firewalls, antivirus, and encryption can help prevent attacks, but we also need to ensure people are trained on security basics and follow good processes like password management and being cautious when clicking. Cybersecurity is not a single tool or solution. It's a continuous commitment to technology, processes, and people working together. When businesses strengthen all three, they don't just defend against attacks, they become resilient against them. The strongest defense isn't just technology, it also needs an informed and prepared workforce. Hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.